Water can be an attractive force, tempting you to relax on gently rolling waves. But the unexpected can happen, setting you on a collision course with disaster. In the Dominican Republic, one couple's chance to reconnect was completely shattered.
We took a small boat on loan from the aquatic center. Big mistake.
There's this huge boat that's speeding, coming straight towards me, and I thought this was it.
Before I could finish the word move, the boat basically plowed right through us. At this point, Gavita was basically knocked unconscious.
I don't remember what happened, how it happened. It just felt like an endless fall, and all I saw in front of me was the face of my children. And I thought this was it. I'll never see them again.
I would probably feel complete shock, obviously, and then I would assume that I would quickly react, just because usually in those kind of situations people don't even really think, they just start doing it. And then after that I'd probably need to calm down a bit and maybe have a beer or something.
It's interesting how people react in a moment of panic. Some people freeze, I find, but I mean, in that moment, if I was the only one there, it's like, what do you do? I think that if somebody's hurt and they're bleeding, I know that you're supposed to apply pressure, but then if you don't have anything with you to apply pressure, what do you do? Like, you're in the water.
Me that gets struck, not. She'd be better.
Good to know. So it's like, pick who'd be more efficient at making things better.
No, I think you go into survival mode.
Yeah.
You know what to do, and you're just like, right, one step at a time.
Yeah, and I think comforting the person that was hurt is good, because if you can't do much for them and they're in a lot of pain, it's about keeping them calm, because if you're freaking out, you're, freaking them out, and it can, heighten things, which isn't always good.
Well, after quivering in fear because I feel like death is upon me, I look over and I see my significant other face down in the water, out cold, and I'm shivering, quivering in fear. I try and rescue the other. I don't have my cell phone. 1, because I hopped in the water and now it's fried. 2, because I shouldn't have had it in the first place. But so I slowly bring myself back to shore and I find a payphone or the nearest person nearby. I call an ambulance. They arrive at the scene. I'm not so much afraid for my own life, but rather my significant other. And I'm terrified. This is a vacation gone wrong. This is the worst vacation of my life.
My husband did inform me they were not accepting our insurance that we had through work, so he had to now try to get some money to cover for the medical bills. So even that put me in a more state of shock, where why is it that they can't look after me first while he's getting the money?
We got the money arranged. We got credit cards to them. Once all that was done, I still had to chase around the staff and said, is there some painkillers I can get for my wife? I got you guys the money. Literally about 5 minutes later of them having the money, she got a painkiller.
I would probably, if I had travel insurance, be a little upset at first and say, well, why the hell did I get this insurance? Probably try calling them first, and then worst case scenario, I guess I would, if it was a life and death situation, I just have to call somebody that I knew that would hopefully help me out.
So I need 10 grand right away, and I got nothing because my insurance is kaput. So I find the nearest street corner and I start to sell my body. Of course, I get arrested for this because it's illegal, and now I'm in double trouble.
Here, you'd probably be, that's outrage, because if somebody asked you, for 10 grand to make sure your friend was okay with, healthcare being the way it is, it'd be ridiculous. Yeah, so I think it all depends on where you are, but I mean, when you're traveling somewhere and it's foreign to you, I think that not everybody is. Some people can be ignorant, and that's where also you can get yourself in trouble. But yeah, I think it's being aware of those things that you got to be careful. But that's just something that wasn't even that was meant to happen. It just did. So you kind of, I'm just a do and an act kind of person. I'm not a procrastinator. So I would just be like, well, it's just money. Like, we'll figure it out once it's, because it's somebody's life. You can't, I mean, if I was in that spot and it was like, we need 10 grand for you to make sure you live.
I'd hope someone would.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be a thought, because I mean, money comes and goes. Life is more important.